Hello, I'm Dr. Arthur D. Kemp, the Hammond Doc, and welcome to another edition of Let's See What the Doctor Ordered. I have one more package that I need to open. It's here on the desk. Come on, let's go over here and look so you can see what the doctor ordered. Now this is one of those packages where I know what it is already, but I want to see it. It came from Studio City, California, but I hadn't opened it yet. This is one of those kind of things that I bought. Got a good deal on it as far as price is concerned, but I won't know if I'll have to have work done to this unit, not until I actually unpackage it and unpack it and check it out. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to get to do that today. I'll pull it out of the box here. It is well packed. I'll tell you what this is, because I don't want to go into taking all this stuff loose today. This is a vintage Jensen C15. And I was just looking at it here. Okay. I'm trying to see if it's the original. Yeah, it is. So I can tell by looking at the cone here from the outside that this is an original cone on this Jensen C15. And I always have my Jensens reconed, whether they Jensen C15 or the Jensen P15, or even if I pick up a Utah. I have those woofers reconed. I'll show you over here. I have JBLs too, and I have them reconed as well. That's a JBL, and that's a newly reconed JBL, freshly reconed. That's up here on the shelf. That's a freshly reconed C15L, like I have. I just pulled out of the box. That's a P15LL Jensen, and both of those are newly reconed. In fact, look at all. See, there's boxes over there. Those are freshly reconed speakers, mostly P15 LLs. And then I have another room back there that you can. It's dark back there, but I have another room that has more, probably about 10 more of these speakers in it. So I have plenty of bass woofers. Wow. For Leslie speakers. So if you want to get a bass woofer, I only sell freshly reconed bass woofers. I don't sell them like this in a vintage with the vintage woofer, because what'll happen is that It might look good. It might play. It may have played when it came to me, but because it has already hit the air, it's been removed from a cabinet. As soon as I put it in a Leslie cabinet and I hit that bass pedal, hit those bass pedals, it'll go from to. I've had so much experience with this, so I know what will happen when you pull a P15LL or C15L out of her cabinet and that air hits it. I'm telling you, if it has not been freshly reconed or newly reconed, if it has not been, if it is not a reconed speaker, more than likely, when that air hits that vintage cone, it causes, it's going to cause problems. That air, and you try to then reinstall it in a Leslie cabinet, and you'll find out that, hey, I spent this money on this vintage speaker and it's not working well. That won't happen if you buy a speaker from me here at Vintage B3 Oregon, because I take the time out to take all of my speakers up to the city, Kansas City, and I spend my money. It costs me $100 to have one of these P15s and C15s reconed. And of course, driving, that's the drive up there and then the drive back, so that costs as well. The last time I had one done, I just told the guys that just ship it to me, you know, for 40, 50, whatever it costs. It probably costs about $40, $50 to ship the thing. I just didn't feel like driving up there to pick it up because I had one to pick up. But I usually take him bunches at a time, you know, 6, 7, 8 speakers at a time. So think about that. If you take somebody 8 speakers and they cost $100 a piece, that's, I mean, just a recone, that's $800 to get your speakers back. That's just to have them recone. And then these JBLs cost even more than that. These JBLs, I don't know. I was looking at a bill the other day, and it was looking like $200 for a JBL that I had reconed recently. So it was pretty expensive to have the JBLs reconed. I don't even sell my JBLs. I get a JBL in, have it reconed. I hold on to my JBLs, and those are some super duper bass speakers. I don't put the JBLs in the units and the Leslies that I have for sale. I put Jensens in those. The JBLs I keep for personal use, just because it's for my pleasure. So for my own personal pleasure playing, I would put one in the church, in my church that I play for. I would put one in there, but those things are so expensive. Once you get them reconed, the JBLs. Let me just give you an example. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Like a reconed C15, you're looking at about for reconed C15, you're looking at about $250 plus shipping. All right, for one of these C15. A recone P15, that's the silver one, you're looking at $350. Well, for a recone JBL, you're talking about $475, $450, $475, $500, depending on the model. There are different models of the JBL. Some of them are 150, some are 200 watts, 150 watt, 200 watts, 400 watts speakers, and so depending on those wattages you're going to have, it's going to cost more. And so I can't even, I mean, who wants to pay $500 unless you're a collector like me? And then I don't pay $500, but for one, but about half that amount, I guess. But I tell you, they sound Wonderful in a Leslie cabinet, but most customers don't want to pay that amount of money for a JBL speaker. All right, so that's enough for this edition of Let's See What the Doctor Ordered. I gave you even more information than you probably were expecting, of course, and more than I expect to give, but there are some things that I just know from experience and working in this business and working with these speakers, and things I've experienced over time. And I mean, I can tell you stories. So just believe what I say. If you ever pull one of these C15s or P15s out of her Leslie, be prepared to spend $150 or so to ship that out, to have it reconed, because more than likely you're going to need that. And I've had that experience on more than one occasion. And you just can't trust those speakers once you pull them out of that Leslie cabinet. You're no longer able to trust them in another system, because then you start playing and it'll sound good at first, and then all of a sudden it's gone, no bass. You're just playing highs. And I've had that experience too many times, and learned from it, and now I don't deal with that anymore. I make sure that I have new bass woofers, and that my customers have new bass woofers in their systems whenever there's a Leslie speaker is removed, a bass speaker is removed from their cabinet. All right, so that's enough for this video. Until the next video, this is Dr. Kemp, the Hammond Doc, saying to you, please. And that's, in fact, that's all of the boxes that I have here to open for you. So until the next time, please have a peaceful and a wonderful day. Goodbye.